This is Izzy and Yo. Today we had the Auckland Cultural International Festival. We're here to meet different cultures, eat different food, and have fun and make new friends.
It's so exciting that we're going to ask questions to every single people over here. What they really feel about multiculturalism, what they really feel about diversity.
This only happens once a year, right? So, come with us.
What do you love about your culture that people might not know about?
About my culture. Well, I'm originally from Slovenia. This is a very small country. I think it's 500 Slovenians here in New Zealand. We are as big as Auckland is, 2.5 million people. So we are Europeans. We know how to do stuff. We are very, hard workers. Maybe well educated, and we can contribute a lot in New Zealand.
I think Mexican culture actually, because of its rich history, both because of all the struggles that we've experienced since the 16th century with colonialism, but also because we're a vibrant nation, actually ties us quite closely together with countries that perhaps we never thought before. So when I go to places like the Philippines, still in the Philippines, I see food that is actually quite familiar to the ones that I eat. And I think our culture is actually, in a way, easy to relate to because of that.
Woo! There's a lot to know. There's always love in our culture. Yeah, we're nice people. If you come approach us, we're cool,
Ooh, I'm like 4 or 5 different cultures, so that makes it hard. I've kind of got my own unique one because I feel like I pull all my different ethnicities together to create my own identity, because I do respect and love my African heritage, Ghanaian culture, but then I also love the Scottish and Welsh side of me, but I was born a Kiwi, so for me, my culture is just to bring all of that together and do your own thing, find your own identity.
One thing I like about my culture is the openness to other people. We don't just hold back our culture as our own little thing and be in our own little circle.
I like how they're diverse and they accept everyone. I like their food, their dance, and I like how religious they are, and they're pretty fixed.
What do you think about diversity and multiculturalism?
I think it's so good. People who live in that kind of countries, who support this, and they don't think about differences. They think about similarities, because New Zealand is a unique example on the world. I think they saw you as individual people. What do you can contribute to this community? What do you know? And this is very important. I think all countries should act like that. And I think this is the very first step to live together in harmony, to think about peace, not about the differences.
Diversity is cool. You get to learn from a different culture, from different people cultures in other countries, which is really nice. You get to experience the food, which is brilliant. Diversity, multiculturalism represent who we are, and you get to know other people's experience.
I think it's super important to share. I think it's so beautiful, like a festival like this one, where everyone gets to come together and be vulnerable and show what's made them who they are in a cultural aspect. So show other people your background and the things that they may not necessarily understand. And I think it's beautiful seeing other cultures that I've never even known existed come together. And I think when it comes to multiculturalism, it's all about coming together as one and appreciating the things that you may not necessarily understand about each other.
It means quite a bit, because myself, I like everybody in general. Having diversity is really cool, because then you grow out of yourself, knowing other cultures, and you don't just become ignorant or think of your own opinions. You actually experience stuff with other people and stuff like that, and life is just happier when there's different people around. You don't want to be around the same people all the time.
Multiculturalism is more than just having our faces and posters and pictures. It's actually about our communities participating at all levels of decision making. So without that, I think diversity is just a buzzword.
What do you think that work well and what do you think that it not work well when you work around with communities with multicultural?
Actually, I can't see anything wrong here. I work with all sorts of people, all sorts of nationality, and there is no differences. We all work together because we are focused on work. And that's it, you know. I'm sorry, but I can't, because I'm here only 2 years, right? So I don't have a whole picture yet, I suppose. But I don't think anything's wrong.
I think the cultural festivals like this, I think, should be 4 times a year, 2 at least. I think that there's not enough to celebrate people's cultures. People don't have patience. They don't have understanding. They don't want to. It's too much work for them. And I think that that's sad. And the fact that New Zealand is so multicultural these days, it's about time we take a little bit more responsibility individually and as in our own families. If you have ever felt prejudice against, you first always got to look in the mirror and think, have I ever opened myself up to someone else's culture or heritage? You know, have I opened myself up to their stories before telling people, oh, no one ever wants to hear about us, You know, I just think it takes time and it takes patience and it takes willingness. And that is the first key to everything. If people aren't willing to open up their door and say, okay, I got time for you, tell me about yours, your business, you know, whatever you're about. That's what it starts with people individually, not as a whole collective, you know?
I reckon we should have more youth-based kind of activities where we get like a lot of the young fellas, like different cultures and stuff together, because I mean they're the next generation. So if we kind of like, I mean at the moment you don't see a lot of events happening, and that would be cool. They get to make friends and stuff, and that's how you kind of integrate with each other.
I think things that are working out well are these kind of events, gathering all those different cultures and meeting new friends, performing all kind of cultures. But if we had more groups like youth groups and other things, I think we could make more friends and make the community way better.
I mean, I think events like this are still important, but we have to remember that diversity doesn't stop at once-a-year events. Diversity needs to be every year, and our representation in our communities needs to be more visible than just, you know, an event that is sort of a pan-multicultural event. I'm heartened to see all the people here, but you know, it needs to be every time, all the time, always. What we're seeing is a new generation of people that are taking diversity to the streets and into social media, which is highlighting issues we haven't seen before. But our communities are still negatively represented in many statistics, and for diversity to be meaningful, we need to be addressing those things. So I think, you know, at a sort of government level, diversity still needs to have a meaningful impact.
What I like about festival is it's great because it brings the cultures together and celebrate diverse, right? What I learned today is that every single person that we ask questions, they have the similar answer. They all said that their culture is important and we should have more celebration like this, events like this. Hearing people's answers is just make me feel that we need to do more events like this, because New Zealand is a small country and have a lot of different cultures, but we hardly have events like this. It's Izzy.
And it's Joe, and it has been Auckland International Cultural Festival here.